Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh wow, a very good morning, an energetic run on to set this morning for us. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, you beautiful people. It's a Wednesday morning. Thanks for choosing to start the day off with us.
I'm a little
ladies,
out of breath right now.
Yeah, we were like, oh, get in today.
Can't be late.
I would like us to make a cat sandwich. And there we go.
You don't like it like you didn't like it the way it was?
I like it like this.
Okay, that's good for me too. I like it.
Well, we're going to kickstart your morning off with our Pan-African actor, Ernest Napoleon, joining us in studio this morning. He's going to be hanging out with us. We're going to get to know him a little bit better.
There he is.
Awesome things coming
Hi,
up.
Ernest. Good to see you.
Exactly.
Good to see you.
And then we need to talk sport, you guys. It's the mid-season Varsity Cup wrap, and Ewan's going to bring us all of those details, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, also very exciting news. The 19th International Cape Town Jazz Festival is around the corner, and one of the stars who will be gracing the stage, Alistair Isabel, is in our studio making music. Cannot wait.
And then we'll also bring you a little bit of a tech update from Norway. They've spent 150 million rand on a doomsday seed vault. You do not want to miss out on that story.
When is it happening?
No. It's just to collect seeds from like 150 different countries, like 90,000 seeds.
Okay.
Just in case the earth gets scorched and you
Then
can't
we
grow
have
anything,
seeds.
and then we have seeds.
Something along those lines.
Because we all love eating seeds. Great for
Seeds
fiber.
grow things, so it's fine.
Keeps you regular. All right, Ewan, how are you doing?
Good morning, team. Thank you very much. No need for those seed vaults just yet. Let's get into your weather and temperatures quickly. But mild to hot temperatures can be expected today, with a couple of thunder showers forecast for Polokwane and Pretoria as well, while partly cloudy conditions can be expected across most parts of the country. Polokwane 16 this morning with a maximum 26 degrees. Couple of thunder showers expected. Mbombela 16, 28. Pretoria 16, 27 met 'n paar donderstorms. Johannesburg 15, 27. Mahikeng 17, 29. Klerksdorp 15 en 'n warm 30 later vandag. Kimberley ook lekker warm, 19, maximum 32. Bloemfontein 15 en 29. Richards Bay starting off on 20 minimum with a maximum 31. Pietermaritzburg 16, 32. Durban 22 and a high of 28 degrees. Mthatha 17, 32. East London 20, 26. Cradock on 16 this morning, reaching a very hot 37 degrees maximum later on today. Port Elizabeth 18, 23, George 14, 22, Sutherland 9 minimum with a maximum 29 degrees, Cape Town 16 and a mild maximum 24, Worcester 12, 32, Springbok 11, 30, and Uppington also a very hot day expected, 22 minimum with a maximum of 36. And as always, please remember to use water sparingly, especially if you are in Cape Town. That's a wrap of your weather and temperatures for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated as usual and back after 7.
Oh, baie dankie, Strydom. Well, let's take a first look at your road, starting off in Gauteng and Lone Hill. Now, there's been an accident on Main Road southbound between Shatton Road and Lone Hill Boulevard. Slow-moving traffic over there. And in Midrand, there's heavy traffic on Garden Road southbound heading towards 8th Road. And in Pretoria, traffic is heavy on Rachel de Beer Street eastbound heading towards Eskiam Bashlele Drive. That's where we leave your traffic for now. Another update coming your way in half an hour.
Effaflu C Immune Booster from Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Dumela wena Mugayat, so if you've just tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, thanks for starting the day with us. Taking a look at Facebook very quickly, we're asking you, describe your week thus far in emojis. And as you can see, it's been a pretty catchy radio transmission. I don't know, that's Zoe's thoughts. What about yours? Good morning, Expresso fam. Have a great day. Thank you, Vincent. Nathan says, we'll describe my moments and days this week. So it's like a crying, laughing face and then tongue-licking top lip. I don't know what that means. Garth says, morning peeps. It's a smiley face, tongue out, hands in the air, all good, peace sign. I'm actually having to find names for these emojis right now as I go on. Khadija says, okay, which is good. Good morning. Mine is a laughing face. That was innocent. Nana says, thinking emojis lol. But now you must put the emojis there, Nana. You mustn't say it. You must put the emojis there. Linogu with the cool glasses, unapologetic, a little devil face. Elvis, why are you crying? Well, hopefully we can put a smile on your face on this Wednesday morning. So keep linking up with us on our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram, and of course always use hashtag Expresso Show.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we've got Pan-African star Ernest Napoleon in the house, and we can't wait to sit down and get to know about this incredible young man and everything that he's been up to.
Absolutely, it is that exciting. Like, that just made
I'm very excited.
Look, it's a beautiful day as well, and we have officially now passed the mid-season point of the Varsity Cup 2018. It's been an extremely exciting season up until now, but we'll bring you all the highlights as to what went down so far and still what lies ahead.
Get a taste of the smooth island life and win big with Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and you could win daily airtime prizes, Daniel Klein watches, American Tourista luggage for your next adventure, vouchers from loot.co.za to shop the hot daily deals online, and the grand prize of a Kia Picanto. For competition T's and C's, visit tropica.co.za. And don't forget to watch Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3.
Disappear now without love. What you gonna do, babe? Where would you be right now? Na 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 na. Without love. Well, early morning Central, down on Central State, we gonna keep on pushing, mama, or you gonna be running late now. Without love. Where would you be right now? Na 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 na. Without love. While the pistons keep on moving round and round, and the wheels keep moving around and round. Without love, where would you be now? Without love, zabba-da-da-bida-bop, zabba-da-da-bida-bop-bop-bop, today. Say zabba-da-bop-bida-bop, zabba-da-bop-bida-bop-bop-bop.
Let's do one more. 2, 3. One more. One more. Let's do it.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, well, Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You missed the sound check because we were on an ad break, but Alistair Isobel with us in studio. He's going to be performing a little bit later. You do not want to miss out on that. But for now, let's get into our local entertainment news.
Well, talking about local, Hollywood celebrities have a way of really knowing how to keep things under wraps, and that's no different for Kate Beckinsale. She's one of them. Now, the award-winning actress spent some time in South Africa to shoot a film, and she kept it super under wraps, so much so that no one really knew that she was here because she didn't want to do any press. Nonetheless, she did share some photos of herself on her adventure in the Rainbow Nation, which included visiting a movie theater and, of course, seeing some wildlife as well. And, of course, if you know where that is in Cape Town, you'll know exactly
It's in
where
Gardens.
she was. Hey,
Yes.
so that's really, really cool. Very nice.
Oh, man.
That's
And
really
all the
cool.
guys were like, Kate Beckinsale was here, we missed out.
Maybe she'll come back. You never know. Maybe they have to do a pickup eventually.
Exactly. I wonder if she visits some of the underworld. Did you see what I did there? Okay.
Possibly, I saw that. Let's move on though.
Moving along swiftly, Sarah Lunga has turned 25 years old, and from the looks of it, she chose a low-key way to ring in this new age, taking to social media. Influencer and her pals, which include the likes of Lauren Campbell and Siyabanda Bunny, shared photos of the day which featured a gorgeous cake as well. And while her birthday celebrations weren't as big as her wedding celebrations, it is sure that 25 looks very, very good on this gorgeous, gorgeous girl. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Kept it low key, but for me, keeping it low key means like nothing.
Okay.
Like if you have balloons,
Yeah,
spell
that's
it your
not
name,
low-key.
that's not low key.
No,
Just
but
saying.
imagine if she threw a bash.
Exactly.
Like, it would be a bash.
Like I do every year.
Look, it would be big. Anyway, thank you, Leanne. Thank you. Lovely to have you back, by the way.
It's good to be back.
Yes,
Go team.
we've missed you. We've missed you. Yes, welcome back. Leanne's back from that lovely luxury life she's been living lately. Just saying.
As one does.
As one does.
As one does.
That's your local entertainment news. We'll bring you the international side a little bit later on.
All right, now at Expresso, you know we're all about bringing you the best of international entertainment, but we also pride ourselves in celebrating Africa as well. And lucky for us, our next guest is both. Please welcome international actor, writer, and producer Ernest Napoleon, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio. Yes. A very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you.
Thank you so much for joining us so early. We really do appreciate it. We want to learn more about you, your successes, and hopefully find inspiration in your story. Starting off first with your background, I understand you were born in Russia, but you then grew up in Tanzania, right?
Yes.
How did that happen? Tell me about that story, the background of you.
So my mother is Russian, actually, and my father is from Tanzania. So I was born in Russia, then I spent like 5 years in Siberia, which is really, really, really cold
Yeah.
with my grandma. And I was like, okay, enough of that. So they said, like, okay, we're going to send you someplace warm. And that happened to be a really hot place called Tanzania.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is in
yeah.
Eastern Africa.
What was that adjustment like? Because you were telling me you were 5 years old
Yeah.
when you moved to Tanzania.
Yeah.
So you were fluent in Russian already at
I was,
the time,
yeah.
right? Yes?
That was my first language. That's the only language I knew.
Yeah.
So when they told me you're going somewhere else, the first thing I did is because I used to play hockey even as a kid, so I packed all my hockey things. I was like, okay,
Oh,
I'm ready
ice
to go.
hockey. Ice hockey,
right?
yes.
And they're like, we don't do that in Africa. It's like, why not? It's, like, it's such a fun game. And then when I arrived, I was like, okay, yeah, ice is gonna melt here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, right now we've got a team from Nigeria that took part in the bobsled games in the Winter Olympics. So who knows?
Oh.
Ice hockey might be a thing for one of our countries soon. And then your story, how did it then develop from there? Because there's Stockholm involved there, there's London, there's the United States. You're quite a well-traveled man.
Yeah, so when I was in Tanzania, I worked for a TV station called East Africa TV for a while, and then I was DJing, and then my mom was like, okay, you gotta find some sort of education, because she didn't consider entertainment as a really strong factor. So I moved to America.
Yeah.
So I lived in LA for 9 years, where I learned how to write and produce and act mostly, because I even as a little kid, I was an actor.
Yeah.
Because in Russia, even at the age of 4, I used to be in little plays, little school plays. So when I went to America, I kind of rekindled that
Yes.
love for acting and writing. And then at some point I moved to Stockholm, where I went to get my master's in computer science. I actually have a master's in computer science. And in Stockholm, that's where I wrote my first movie. Because in LA, it's kind of hard sometimes to isolate yourself.
Yes.
Because there's so much going on. So when I moved to Stockholm, that's when I was able to write my first movie called Going Bongo, which was a story about an American doctor who mistakenly volunteers to work in Africa for 1 month. So I showed it in LA and Tanzania, and that was my first sort of try out in the independent film world.
Yeah. When you say it was so difficult in LA, obviously because of the oversaturation of talent and there's all kinds of writers and whatever, what were some of the other challenges that you faced in trying to get yourself noticed?
Well, the big thing is that I was trying to always develop my own projects, and when you're writing, you really need some sort of isolation. And in LA, it's always like, oh, your agent called, or you this and that, let's go to this party. So it was more about like, it was hard for me to isolate myself and sort of like create my own thing without being pulled into different kind of things together.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think LA was pretty fine for me. Yeah.
So what would your word of advice then be to other young aspiring African actors, writers, producers who want to be noticed on the international stage, especially at a time as this?
Yeah, actually this is a very good time to be African star. It's a very good time to be an African actor because of the Black Panther and all that movement. Because when I moved to LA, there was no Lupita Nyong'o. So when you have an African name, that's the first thing people say, oh, we're not looking for that kind of thing. Like when they just hear your name, they sort of like...
Would they say that like straight to your face?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yes. They would. I mean, the casting people would say that. They would even say, we're not looking for someone who looked like you. When you're like, you know, more light skin, tall, blue eyes. I was like, well, you can buy contacts.
Wow.
So, to answer, what was the question again?
About your message then to aspiring
my message. So
young
I think it's twofold. I think first thing is you have to work on your craft, of course. And I think the biggest thing is to pick up a good theater program, sort of to develop your talent. Because in theater, you get to put on a play every day and you get to act every day. Unlike in the movie, you have to wait 6 months, sometimes a year to get a good movie role. But in the theater, you get to practice your craft every day and you get to improve. And the second thing is, I think they have to understand writing, because writing is big. Because in the film situation or TV series, what you're doing, you're serving the writer. So you have to know where you fit in the script so that you know how to play it. Excellent. And in terms of inspiration, I just say, you know, don't give up and maintain the innocence. Because many people get in the entertainment industry and they get bitter. And then when they're acting, that comes out.
Oh, wow.
And people, you know, it's a very subtle thing, but you got to maintain your innocence and remember what got you into acting in the first place.
Okay. Now, I've got a thing for languages. Before we go, I need to ask you this. Since you are fluent in Russian, can I ask you to say, good morning, South Africa. This is your feel-good breakfast show. In Russian, please.
Feel good. Wow, this is a communist country.
Well,
not anymore.
Do Russians not know what feel good is? Say it into that camera. So, good morning, South Africa. This is your feel-good breakfast show in Russian.
Доброе утро, South Africa. Это наша хорошая TV-show в Африке.
Okay, I'm going to store that in memory. One day I'm going to greet you like that and don't be surprised.
Доброе утро.
Dobro utro. We started off, that's the basics. But thanks so much for being here with us. It's really, I think, inspiring for us and youngsters out there to be getting some insight into your life and some inspiration also. But also, don't go anywhere because we'll be chatting more about Ernest's movies and awards later on your
A little bit more practice there, Kat. But he almost got it. It sounds good. It sounds good, brother. Listen, so over the past couple of weeks, the country has seen some top-quality youth rugby. I'm talking about the Varsity Cup 2018 that has now reached its mid-season point, 5 rounds into this year's competition. And to give us a rundown as to how things went so far, this man right here from the UCT team, Nyasha Tarusenga, joining us just to give us an update as to how his personal season went and also the team's as well. Nyasha, thank you for joining us, my brother. Nice to have you.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Cool, dude. So like I mentioned, we've reached the midway point now. UCT had a very steady start to the season, talking 3 wins and 5 games, doing very, very well as well. How would you sum it up so far? I mean, you as a team, how does it go?
I think our team's worked very hard so far this season, and I think 3 wins so far is really, really good for us compared to last year. The loss is obviously tough, but I think the most important thing is that we're playing well and we're getting better every week.
That is the important thing. I mean, the growth in the team as well, getting the team aspect, making sure that you move forward steadily as well. Let's focus on your own game here for a second because you seem to be standing out. You're doing very, very well. This is your 3rd Varsity Cup, 4 tries already this season, which is phenomenal. How have you managed to really step up your play this year?
I think I've just learned from past seasons. I've learned from other players and watching other players and learned from coaches and stuff. So I've really focused on learning over the past 2 years. So this year I want to really try and finish and put to work what learned. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of the team and yourself as well, from a physical point of view, how's the team doing?
Our team's doing very well. The guys are still physically fit, thankfully, so we can work together and just try to keep everyone fit.
Yeah. With the Varsity Cup, it is such an incredible platform for young up-and-coming rugby players to stand up, to get noticed, to really put their, put their best boots forward, I can almost say. What is it that you are personally hoping to get out of this season?
First of all, just improve as a rugby player, most importantly. I think that's really why this tournament is there, to just try and bridge the gap between schoolboy rugby and professional rugby. So I think what I try and get to become a better rugby player and hopefully push that forward going pro in the next few years.
Yeah, man. Hopefully see your name up there and up there. You've got the star-studded name already, man. Love it. At the top of the table, Marty's at the moment, they've also been doing very, very well. 4 wins and a draw in 5 matches. Now, besides Stellenbosch, who's also doing very, very well, who do you think are some of your top contenders in this year's Varsity Cup 2018?
We've played Wits already, and they've got a pretty good side. I think you saw on Monday they played really well against Marty's. And I think Puka and Shimlers have also got very good sides. So I think it's going to be quite tough going forward, yeah.
And up next, you are pitched against Marty's. What do you guys kind of how are you going to go into this match? I mean, what is the mindset? I mean, because obviously we want you guys to come out of it with a win.
There's obviously a lot of excitement. InterVarsity is always one of the best games of the year, so we're looking forward to it. There's a lot of planning and off-the-field stuff that we need to take care of this week, but the guys are excited. There's lots of energy.
Yeah, that's always one of the biggest clashes, UCT and Marty's. Now, so thank you very much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it. And yeah, all the best with the rest of the season, my friend. Stay clean to keep that energy up and prevent those injuries, man. I'm sure you're going to be up there with the best. Right, we're going to be taking a quick ad break, so don't miss the rest of the Varsity Cup season. Some very, very exciting youth rugby still ahead in this season.
Two. Zip it up. See the long train running. I want you to disappear now without love. Where would you be now without love? Well, the early morning central down on Central State, we're gonna keep on pushing mambo, or you're gonna be running late now. Where would you be right now? Na 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 na. Without love. While the Switzerlands keep on moving, they go round and round, and the wheels keep moving around and round.
the water-resistant Galaxy S8. Made for summer.
A very warm welcome to your Wednesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Right now it's about time that we check out those interesting and funny random things we've stumbled across social media and hopefully put a little smile on your dial for a while.
Yeah, man.
What do we got?
I love the first one, Doggo Jackson.
Doggo
Jackson.
No,
yes, he's
please don't tell me
trending
what
on
I think.
social media. No. It's actually a dog named Jackson.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we know with kids' toys, they always have that one toy that they absolutely love.
Yes.
And then more often than not, that toy moves on, is discontinued. So the same goes
It
for
just moves
Jackson.
on with its life.
So he had this toy which was, needed replacing, and then the owner found it was discontinued. And then she put out a tweet on Twitter, a plea on Twitter. A plea on Twitter.
Okay.
And then a shop owner responded, sourced a whole bunch, and Doggo Jackson was a happy boy again.
Doggo just doesn't know what to do with himself right now.
No, he's like, oh my goodness.
He's like, is this the end of my life? Is this what it looks like?
Yeah.
Because
I'm in heaven.
Well, I have another one.
Do you? But we can't do it right now.
Okay,
hey.
it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I don't think you can do it right now. We're gonna have to save it for later. So I know it's probably a cat
Your
story.
evil
Sorry, it was
cat.
my-
No, it was
it was
actually,
my
it
plitter.
was
Anyway,
a cute
let us
one.
know which
It's my
hashtag
plitter.
video story has caught your attention online, and please use hashtag Expresso
I feel like a middle
Show
child.
when you do so. Anyway, who's ready for some music? Because I certainly am. And this morning we welcome a leader of the Cape Town theatre scene, a passionate musician, respected writer and a director, Alistair Isabel, who's been mesmerizing audiences since he played the role of newspaper vendor Brucci in Talib Peterson and David Kramer's District 6, the musical, as a 9-year-old in 1986. Today he joins us as part of the 19th Cape Town International Jazz Festival, which is less than a month away. So for those of you who can't wait, here he is performing Long Train Running.
Down around the corner, a half a mile from here, we're gonna see the long train running and watch it disappear now. Without love, where would you be now? Without love, well, the early morning central, down on Central State, we're gonna keep on pushing, mama, or you gonna be running late now. Without love, what you gonna do, babe? Where would you be now? Na 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 na. Without love, well, the pistons keep on moving around and around, and the wheels keep moving round and around. Without love, what you gonna do, babe? Where would you be now? Without love.
Yes, sir. That's how we want to start off our Wednesday morning. We'll have more of that. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it at home. Let us know on our Facebook page. We'll have more from Alistair Easterbell a little bit later on.
In the national news this morning, a motion to review a section of the Constitution to pave the way for the expropriation of land without compensation has been passed by an overwhelming majority in the National Assembly. The motion, brought by the EFF leader Julius Malema, was adopted with a vote of 241 in support and 83 against. The matter will now be referred to the Constitutional Review Committee, which must report back to Parliament by August the 30th. Parliament is set to launch a full-blown inquiry into maladministration and alleged corruption in the Department of Water and Sanitation amid concerns that it is bankrupt and on the brink of collapse. The department has overspent its 14 billion rand budget by 2 billion rand, and the Auditor General has asked it to state whether or not it is a concern. At a sitting in Parliament yesterday, MPs cited a long list of irregularities, including overspending, dodgy contracts and maladministration in a department that has seen a rapid turnover of Directors General. Now moving further abroad, Pakistan's ruling party has chosen Shahbaz Sharif as its president, replacing his brother and veteran leader Nawaz Sharif following his latest disqualification by the Supreme Court. The Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Party also elected Nawaz as leader for life in what will be seen as a provocative move and could anger the judiciary. Shahbaz's elevation as party president will further fuel suggestions that he will replace Sharif's loyalist Shahid Khan Abbasi as prime minister. And then finally, the White House has confirmed that US President Donald Trump will host French President Emmanuel Macron for a state visit on the 24th of April. White House spokesperson Sarah Sanders says the visit will advance American and French cooperation on economic and global issues and deepen the friendship between the two countries. The state visit will include a joint news conference, several official ceremonies, as well as a state dinner. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Here's a look at what's happening in the world of sport with Kat.
Thanks, Leanne, and a very good morning to all of our sports fans out there. Roger Federer became the most decorated laureus winner in history last night as he won his 5th and 6th statuette at the 2018 awards ceremony last night in Monaco. The 20-time Grand Slam winner beat out the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lewis Hamilton to win the Sportsman of the Year category, while earlier on in the evening he also received the Comeback of the Year award. In the Sportswoman of the Year category, South African Caster Semenya lost out to 5-time laureus winner Serena Williams. In footballing news, Cape Town City's poor run of form in the PSL continued last night as they suffered a 2-0 loss to Baroka FC in Polokwane. A goal in each half saw Baroka seal all 3 points, which takes them up to 6th on the log, while City slipped down to 7th. There's also one PSL game to look out for tonight against SuperSport and Ajax Cape Town, and that kickoff is at 7:30. In other footballing news, Swansea booked their place in the FA Cup quarterfinals at the second time of asking as they pulled off a 2-0 replay win over Sheffield Wednesday last night. Goals from Jordan Ayew and Nathan Dyer secured the win, which sees Swansea through to the cup quarters for the first time in 54 years. The final 5th round match of the FA Cup takes place tonight as Tottenham Hotspur face Rochdale at Wembley. And finally, world number 4 Grigor Dimitrov crashed out of the Dubai Tennis Championship yesterday as he fell to a shock 2-1 loss to world number 117th Malik Yazeri. Seeded first at the tournament, Dimitrov let slip a 1-set lead, which opened the door for Yazeri to pull off a 4-6, 7-5, 6-4 victory. In the other results of yesterday's action in Dubai, there were wins for Jordan Leonard Straff, Boran Koric and Lucas Pouye. And that is a roundup of your sporting news.
Well, let's take another look at the road. Starting off in Gauteng, Johannesburg, there's a stationary truck that's on the N3 northbound after the Linksfield Road. That left lane is currently blocked. And in the Western Cape, in Cape Town, there's a stationary vehicle. It's on the N1 outbound after Wingfield Interchange. Emergency lane is currently blocked, so please approach with caution. That's where I leave your traffic. Another update coming your way just after 8.
Just after 7 o'clock right now, let's quickly take a look at your weather and temperatures yet again. Mild to hot temperatures today can be expected with thunder showers for Polokwane and Pretoria as well. And then partly cloudy conditions can be expected for most other parts of the country. Ek het weer vinnig deur Polokwane 16 minimum met 'n maximum van 26, Mbombela 16-28, Pretoria 16-27, Johannesburg 15-27, Mahikeng 17 minimum with a maximum 29, Klerksdorp 15-30, Kimberley 19-32, Bloemfontein 15-29, Richards Bay starting off on 20, reaching a high of 31 degrees, Pietermaritzburg 16-32, Durban 22 and a high of 28, Mthatha 17-32, East London 20-26, Cradock 16 and very hot later on today, 37 degrees, Port Elizabeth 18-23, George 14-22, Sutherland 9 and a maximum 29, Cape Town 16-24, Worcester 12-32, Springbok 11-30, and another hot day for Uppington expected 22 minimum with a maximum 36 degrees. And as usual, always please remember to use water sparingly, and especially if you are in Cape Town. Let's push back day 0 even further.
Well, a time right now to take a look at how switched on you are this morning. Do you know stuff about entertainment news, what's been going on in the movies, maybe in the music industry, TV shows, that kind of stuff? We're playing our regular guessing game, our emoji charades game. We give you a couple of clues with some emojis and see whether you can guess what's going on. So
here are our emojis,
bang.
and as you can see, it is a song, 3 words, in fact, and then it looks like a nighttime star vibe going on. So those are the emojis, and the clues we have for you
It's a vibe.
The lead single to the soundtrack is of the latest Marvel film, Black Panther.
Whoa.
The song is performed by an American rapper and also another American female singer, and there's been some controversy around the music video for the song, in which the visual artist Lena Iris Victor claims that they used her artwork in the video without permission. So if you're on top of your entertainment news around couple of things, then you should definitely know this song.
Scandal. So do you know what movie it is? Do you know what song it is in particular right now? Let us know on Facebook or Twitter using hashtag Expresso Show and try out our emoji charades game.
Thank you very much, guys. Let's quickly take a break on this beautiful Wednesday morning. When you come back, 150 million rand apparently has been spent on building a doomsday seed vault.
Seed vault,
Yeah.
wow.
Look, is there something we need to know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Is there?
It's good to make sure that we have things. Also, we're going to be meeting up with tech expert and startup expert as well, Steve Fortuin, and he's going to share with us what it takes to start a business.
Welcome back. It is a Wednesday morning and you're tuned into your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. We've got some interesting news to share with you in our Tech Daily Roundup. First one, a doomsday story that could send chills down your spine.
Well, it's actually it's very interesting. So we're going to start off in Norway, where the Norwegian government, they've built something known as the Doomsday Vault. Now, it may sound very ominous, but this is actually considered one of the most significant natural collections in the world. And housed inside this vault, which is built in an old coal mine, it is a collection of more than 890,000 seed samples from 150 countries. Now, by storing them underground, that is below zero, the aim is to protect the world's most important crop varieties from any natural or man-made disasters that could strike. And this year marks the 10th anniversary of the structure. So the Norwegian government, they have announced that they are spending around 150 million rand on upgrades to the vault. Because if you think about it, it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, it is. And if you want to visit that place, it's in Svalbard in Norway. I wonder if they've got rooibos in there.
They should.
Because it's unique to South Africa. You
Yes,
can't find it
they
anywhere else in
should.
the world. All right. Another story that we've found. Now, we've all heard of hands-free technology, but have you ever heard of hands-free farming? Likely not. Well, now researchers in the UK have just harvested the very first barley crop without the help of any humans whatsoever. Scary stuff. Well, everything from planting, watering, and harvesting was done using automated drones and self-driven vehicles, completely eliminating any person from the physical process of farming. Now, scientists were also able to monitor these crops using cameras on the drones and send little rovers to collect samples, and the project has been named, get this, the hands-free hectare. But before you think that this method will overtake real farming anytime soon, it did cost more than 3.5 million rand to complete, making it the most expensive farming method ever of any traditional farming method.
That's some expensive barley over there.
Yeah, and they plan on using this barley to brew the world's very first hands-free beer.
For the rich.
It's going to be very expensive to drink that 3.5 million rand, like 2,000 rand a pop.
Oh no, thank you. I'm not signing up for that. But that was our daily tech update. Of course, you keep it right here where we keep you up to date.
Well, it's time for some inspiration on this Wednesday morning. I believe that entrepreneurship is the future. Not only is it a great way to start a business, be your own boss, but also create opportunities for others. It's also a great pathway to financial freedom, and that's exactly the case with Lamo Solar.
Solar energy is the way of the future, and it's also helping to create a future for electrical engineer and CEO of Lamo Solar, Chibvumo Sikwivilu.
I have been a volunteer and director for a non-profit organization called the Thusanani Foundation since its inception in 2010. And today, Lamo Solar has partnered with Thusanani Foundation in rolling out training for renewable energy skills, with specific focus in the design, installation, maintenance, and operation of solar systems. When we started, that was the idea to roll out more solutions that would power up Africa. And so we began to service the residential market, the commercial market, and the industrial market. And we tried to find a product that would be affordable, that would be reliable, but that would also deliver the value that we wanted to deliver at the onset. We have since evolved now to focus on smaller distributed systems, which are portable, which you can easily deploy in some of the most remote of terrains where the national utility provider, Eskom, is unable to bring the actual connectivity or transmission lines. What inspired us to start Lamo Solar was that we were exposed to some of the traditional ways of generating electricity when we were studying electrical engineering at Wits University. And so when we came across a topic that was renewable energy, talking about this new form of energy, a source of energy that is sustainable, a source of energy that doesn't harm our life and our climate and our environment, we thought this is something we'd like to kind of learn and grow with.
Chibvumo was still completing his undergraduate degree when the business was established, and his energy continues to inspire top-quality work from his team.
What makes Lamo Solar particularly different to all its competitors within the market is that we have a very energy-intensive team. So this helps us substantially when we're working on our sites, because no two sites are ever the same. And when you get to site, there's always challenges that you need to kind of solve immediately hands-on as you're working. For us to gain traction in the market, we needed to gain trust from people that were potential clients to our solutions. So we needed to cut our margins extremely low at the onset, just so we could get our foot in and prove to not only our clients but the world that we are able to deliver on our word. When we started the business, there was a lot of fear amongst our peers, amongst the guys who wanted to do this new startup or work for this new venture, which didn't even have a dime in its name. So for example, we needed to buy our first drill machine after we sourced our first client. So you can almost immediately forget about remuneration and salaries. This continued for almost a year, where none of us was earning a decent salary. It was mere stipends just to get along. Fortunately, we had motivated individuals who were willing to steer the ship from the beginning and to see it to its logical end.
The business has grown steadily thanks to smart decisions, and it's a point of pride that Chipvumo leads from within the team.
To be a successful entrepreneur has been an area of conversation and debate across many sectors for many, many years. Entrepreneurs should inherently be comfortable with the fact that people fail, that we fail every single day in whatever that we do. So you need to be resilient and have a thick skin, more and above everything, because it's common for entrepreneurs to face challenges at inception. It's common for everyone. It's not unique to one particular business. So one should draw inspiration from it instead of allowing it to beat them down.
Working for Lamosola has been such a great experience. And then at first I really knew nothing at all, but then these guys were very welcoming. Now at least I know a lot of things since I've started working with Lamosola. My responsibility are to take care of wiring, and I've learned a lot, and then there's more that I need to learn with Lamosola.
I'd advise young entrepreneurs to believe in themselves first, work extremely hard, read as much as they possibly can on whatever solutions they want to provide, and own it and run with it with other like-minded people. Partnerships have been amazing for us, and working with people has delivered a lot of value. So we put a lot of emphasis in working together with other like-minded people to achieve a common goal.
Running a business can be a way to engineer a path to success, and as this entrepreneur has learnt, it takes dedication and good people to help light the way.
Right, now in January we started a new monthly series here on Expresso called Startup of the Month. Now it's time again to feature a unique and innovative South African company that is doing their part to make this country a better place. Now for February we feature a company that is taking on education industry and also creating jobs at the same time.
We're really looking to change education and flip the tutoring industry on its head. I think the biggest thing is we want to make tutoring lessons accessible to everyone. And we've got a lot of targets in the back end and how we're going to achieve that.
We are Cognition and we are the Uber for tutors.
So in terms of the issue that was at hand is being able to pinpoint a tutor in your area quick and easy at a rate that you're looking for. It's really simple. A student can come on board and request their lesson, specifying their day, time, how much they're willing to pay, and posting that request, which goes to all our tutors.
Step 5. So from the tutor's point of view, I get a request from a student in my area, and I can decide if I want to do that class in that grade group for that price, and I can even change the price and tell the student I'm actually willing to do it for a bit less or for a bit more, depending on my circumstances. And then the student can select whichever tutor he likes.
The user benefit overall basically takes that whole process from a manual situation, which could take days, if not weeks, to facilitate that connection and bringing it down to a matter of minutes.
So the big goal for Cognition is to disrupt education in South Africa, giving each and every student in our country access to one-on-one tutoring to improve their grades, whether it's helping them out of trouble or getting them into those 7 straight A's.
And on your own with one of our rocking verified tutors. And it all begins with itself. Step 2 is This is where things get groovy.
Thank you very much, Val. Joining us right now to give us some more insight into the business of cognition is our startup expert, Steve Fortain. Steve, lucky to have you, my brother.
Good morning.
That looks cool, man. That looks cool, and we just spoke about it off air now. The success of this, how's it been?
I think Cognition is a great example of a business that has used technology in order to deliver what matters to its customers. Coming from a tech startup space, so many businesses do it the other way. They perhaps build the technological platform before just understanding exactly what matters to the customer and then using the technology to enable that.
Okay, so in your opinion, as a startup expert, a tech entrepreneur, why do you think this company, Cognition, made it to Startup of the Month for February? What put them kind of in the spotlight?
It's definitely the tech flair. I think what didn't come out in the insert was that the early days of Cognition, they were completely manual business. Everything was done by hand. So it's a completely special then to find a manual business that then builds technology or a technological platform on top of that in order to better leverage their business model. And I think you can see the value that it's had. It's opened up communities, it's opened up the tutoring space. To some degree now, tutors out there have got a formal way of earning an income.
Yeah, and I think what is great about this, it makes education accessible, you know, to so many, and we know that we need to focus on education within the country specifically as well. I think that's why it's also doing so very well.
Yeah.
But what do you think it takes to start a business like this? There's a lot of entrepreneurs in the tech fields and that kind of stuff, but it must be quite challenging, I think, to start something like this, especially if you don't have that know-how or backing.
Yeah, I think most important to the tech sector, it's important to realize that technology is not a solution. Technology is the means to getting to the solution. I think, as I said a moment ago, it's often that when businesses in the tech space specifically start up, the first thing you create is an app or website, whatever the case is, and then later on you go and figure out actually what's at the core of what matters to your customers.
Yeah.
Doing it the other way around has seen massive value, and that's the story of Cognition.
Yeah. And like you rightly mentioned, technology is a means to realize your dream. So you need to have that idea first, and then you can incorporate technology. Now, of course, what are you busy with at the moment? Because you interact a lot with these kind of businesses and people wanting to do these kind of startups.
So the startup space in SA is huge. There's so many businesses like Cognition that never get spoken about, and nobody ever knows about them until they perhaps get a big enough marketing budget to advertise themselves. So I've gone out there, I've found these businesses, besides just the understanding what the business does and the solution that it's serving, the founders themselves are the valuable and golden insights on actually how to run a company. Yeah. And that's what I'm doing via a podcast series, getting into the specifics of how to start a tech business, what worked for them, what didn't, which is also just as important as figuring out how to do something right.
What is it? What would you say is that first initial step? I mean, I've got a great idea. Like let's take myself, for example. Like, I'm not technologically advanced at all. I don't particularly understand it. I know how to use it. But if I have an idea, what would be my first step? Would that be to maybe align with the right people?
I think a lot of people say keep it a secret and give everybody NDAs before talking about it. I've seen massive value in talking about your idea. Tell your friends, tell your family. Let's get their opinion on what it is. Because at the end of the day, those people are going to become your customers potentially. So if you keep an idea secret to yourself, or perhaps you keep it in stealth mode and do a lot of work in your bedroom before telling anybody about it, it's just building the risk of it perhaps not working out at a later stage. So the first thing and foremost is get out there, get talking to people, tell them about it, and take their insight and just use it to craft your solution.
Exactly. All right. Well, Steve, thank you very much for your insights, man, and thank you for bringing us Cognition.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
That is such a cool app. I think I must definitely go get it. So it's free to download, or how does it work?
Free to download. You can get them on the iOS store, or I think they're on the Apple store as well. They're a great business. They don't have a web platform at all. Everything is app-based. Another good example of a tech business. So check them out.
That's brilliant, man. We all love our apps. Thank you very much, Steve. Well, check out our Startup of the Month once again next month to see what we will bring your way.
Exciting times. Thank you so much, Ewan and Steve. Also to come after the break, we take a look at 5FM's top 40 global tracks. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
And speaking of music, Alistair Isobel with us in studio this morning. We're going to sit down and chat to him a little bit after the break, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's a Wednesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're joined today by an entertainer extraordinaire who seriously needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, Alistair Isabel is in the studio! Good to have you back here again, sir.
Thank you, my brother. It's always delightful to be here.
And you're doing great things. You're doing great things. Update us quickly on what it is that you've been up to since we last saw you performing here.
Well, lots of molding of young artists, as I normally do. I think I would be failing at my success if I didn't assist those who don't have the platform to expose their talent and let us enjoy and embrace it. So there's lots of artists that I take care of and making sure that they get onto the journey that they've been destined to be part of. So that's lekker. And then starting to do a lot of directing. I just finished Auntie Mole, the musical direction for that.
Well done on that. Have you guys seen that show? It's amazing.
Yes, so,
I love every
Mark
moment.
Lottering, what a joy and what an incredible feat that he wrote his first musical at 50 years old. And then the run happens now again in April, so the next season happens there, and that was a joy to work on brand new music by Taryn Lamb and Mark Lottering. So the return season happens in April. And then I've been asked to direct the Frittata Cups, which is the Cape Town Theatre Award ceremony, which happens on the 18th of March on a Sunday, and there's still tickets. You can, and what is great, because the theatre is so small, 600 seats, you can now buy virtual tickets by TicketWeb, and you can watch it at home, and that's going to be fantastic.
So you don't have to miss out.
You don't have to miss out on the Frittata Cups on the 18th, and then the 25th of March, I do Clarence Ford's Moss Jazz Festival in Mossel Bay, which is a joel. And what I'm more delighted about is my first performance at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. So that I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
I mean, your gig guide sounds absolutely insane.
It's lekker.
Right
it's
now.
lekker.
Are you getting time to sleep and to eat and have breakfast and chill with people you love?
I find little dingetjies and moments to do that stuff. But work is what I enjoy. That makes my heart smile.
How excited are you about the Cape Town International Jazz Fest? I mean, you were saying this is your first time.
My first time. And I guess with respect to a lot of people don't see me as a performer anymore. They see me as a director and musical director, etc., etc. So I do a lot of my own work, and I think hulle het nou gedink ek doen nie meer ander mense se werkies. So they kind of apprehensive to book me. But Billy Domingo, the CEO of the Cape Town International Jazz Festival, we've had a long
awesome
relationship.
Yeah.
So I think you always get onto these major platforms, particularly this really superb and prestigious event, when it's your time. And I think my time is now. So I'm delighted that I'm part of it, and I'm looking very forward to also exposing young talent, which is the mandate of my business. So I've got Elvira Standili on with me. I've got Thai Platinum Andrea Anthony. I've got Sasha Lee Davids. There is a host of other young people with me, and then my fantastic band, Keith de Bruin, Grandel, Flotman, there's Ivan Potts and Tyron Marinas, and it's beautiful to be able to let them have the opportunity to entertain the masses in Cape Town, and those that come into our city.
And of course, the internationals as well that come and attend the Jazz Fest. So what do you have prepared for the audiences? I know that there's still, of course, there's a whole month to go until then. So there's a lot of work and obviously all the other gigs that you've mentioned before as well. But what kind of vibe are you looking to bring to the audiences?
Well, I think the one thing after 34 years in this industry that I've been very lucky to achieve is also from the lessons from the late Tully Peterson and the incredible David Kramer, is to always serve your audience. You've got to serve your audience. And I think that's not only my mandate, but my duty. So I make sure that it is highly entertaining and sexy and unexpected, but celebrating South African music, local music, because I think we are so gunged by international music. And I think the internationals want to also experience what we have to offer. And we've got such incredible writers, and I have great joy in celebrating their work by giving it a twist and adding a very, very different dimension musically to it.
When you think back to 86 when you're 9 years old, could you ever imagine that this would have been you today?
No. When I walked into the Baxter Theatre those 3 decades ago, I didn't think about it because it was completely overwhelming. From that to living with Stevie Wonder to a host of other incredible moments, it was too overwhelming as a child. It was a very, very tumultuous political climate that we were in. And I'm just blessed that my journey has taken me over 3 decades, and I'm still here. Niemand gaat my wegvat nie. Ek gaan dans en weg tot ek doodgaan.
And we're so glad to be part of that journey as well. So you have the details on the screen right now. The 19th Cape Town International Jazz Fest at the CTICC right here in Cape Town from Friday the 24th of March. That's Saturday as well, the 24th. You can check out details online, get your tickets, go and see all the wonderful talent, especially the new talent that Alistair will be bringing onto the stage. But we'll continue with your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Wednesday morning.
Thank you so much, Kat. Alistair Isabel, you legend, my friend, you legend. Listen, right now, let's quickly focus on the 5FM Top 40 local and international chart. We know that there's a new #1, but who will it be? Prince KB, of course, represents as the top South African act for the second week now. And also, Shakana breaks into the chart with the release of her single called Please Mister. But who will take that top spot? Here's Nick Hammond.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Nick Hammond, and I'm back to recap the 5FM Top 40 from this past weekend. And like we do every week, let's begin by looking at the brand new entries onto the charts. And speaking of which, the first one to come in came in at 34. It's Mark Stent and Basil Gray, called On Our Knees.
On our knees in the chapel, we ain't never gonna float up. Sure as luck, we never gonna make it to the altar.
The second new entry pick I decided to highlight this week came in at number 16. I personally felt like it was overdue on the 5FM Top 40, but hey, better late than never. It's beautiful music from Shekinah called Please Mister. Checking out my mover and shaker picks for the week. The first one is a re-entry onto the 5FM Top 40 from Nigerian artist Niniola. The name of this track is Maradona.
Oh Maradona, oh Maradona, Maradona.
My second new entry pick, yes, has been in the charts for 9 weeks, but I believe deserved a special shout out because it went from number 19 to number 12 in just 1 week. It's G-Eazy and Halsey back on the up with Him and I.
I am his and he is mine. In the end, it's him and I, him and I.
Taking a look now at the 10 biggest songs from this past weekend. Beginning at number 10, it's DJ Maphorisa, Ice Prince, Patti Ranking, Nasty C, and Major Lazer with a tune called Particular. Then for yet another week in a row, sitting in the top 10, this time at number 9, it is 21 Savage and Post Malone with Rockstar. Zed and Maren Morris have taken the number 8 track this week with The Middle.
Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little.
Then sitting at number 7 this week, one of the highest local entries onto the charts this week, dropping down from number 4 the week before, it's Prince KB with one of the biggest tunes out right now called Club Controller. A former number 1 takes the number 6 spot this week. It's Camila Cabello and Young Thug with Havana.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na.
Sitting at the number 5 spot this week off the Black Panther soundtrack, also the highest entry on the 5FM Top 40 for the past weekend, it's Kendrick Lamar and SZA with All the Stars.
Maybe the night that my tears might let me know. All the stars are so sure. All the stars are so sure.
Her second appearance in the top 10 this week comes at number 4, Camila Cabello with Never Be the Same. A lot of people thought this would go to number 1 the past weekend, but it went down to number 3 from number 2. It's Bruno Mars and Cardi B with Finesse. It seemed like it could never be knocked off the number 1 spot, but finally this week dropping to number 2, it's Ed Sheeran and Beyonce with Perfect.
All I don't deserve this, darling, you look perfect tonight.
Thanks as always for watching, guys. Make sure to keep listening to me on 5FM every Monday to Friday, 9 to 12 on Hammond Time. And of course, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to find out who's going to take that number 1 spot on the 5FM Top 40. And speaking of which, this past weekend, after only 4 weeks on the charts, it's incredible new music from Drake called God's Plan.
God's plan. I hold back, sometimes I won't, yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't, hey. 585 is my
We are taking a very quick break on that note. Thank you for it, Nick Hammond. When we get back, we have award-winning actor Ernest Napoleon with us in studio. We're going to chat to him a little bit. He's also joining us for international entertainment news.
Exactly, and then Nick Strelitz is in the house, and he's going to bring us all the details with regards to Milan Fashion Week. We'll be right back.
All right, here we go, party people. Let's go. Say 1, 2, 3, party on now. I'm free, I'm chainless.
such a risk and I'm brainless.
If you love Smooth Fame by myself, Katlego Maboe, then download the song now on iTunes or Google Play. All the proceeds from downloads will be donated to Choc South Africa. Remember to catch me as the host of Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives, where I give the contestants a chance at Smooth Fame, Mondays at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We promised you a quick ad break. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're still joined by Ernest Napoleon, who's joining us now for our international entertainment news.
Yeah, and some very, very good news, I'll have you know, Ernest. Serena Williams, are you a fan of hers? We're all fans of her.
Big fan
right?
of her.
Big
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
She's a superstar of the world of tennis. And in fact, she returned to the tennis court earlier on this year after welcoming her first child with Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian last year. Now, knowing what a big deal this return to the tennis court meant to Serena, Alexis then showed his support in a very big way. How? Well, get this. He put up billboards starring the athlete and their daughter on a highway in Palm Springs, right? I mean, what?
Whoa!
Like, what on earth? On billboards, on the highway.
Precious mama of all time.
Just to say, hey, listen, greatest mama of all time. That is pretty cool. It shows when it comes to love, you go all the way, man.
That is a big way.
Do you go all the way like that for love?
Pretty much. But it's so interesting that she was able to take time off and have a child and come back. I think it really speaks volume on her as a mother and as a career woman. I think I'm very happy on what she did.
Yeah, and her supreme talent as well, because she comes back and she's still just killing it out there.
I can watch tennis again.
All right, let's move on to our next story, one which involves the royals. You'll remember that there were reports that Ed Sheeran would be performing at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. Well, it turns out another British music act could be performing thanks to a little tease from Mel B. Take a look.
Well, I do have a serious question, though, and maybe you can answer, maybe not. Will the Spice Girls be performing at the reception?
Oh, this is where I'm just
yes,
like...
they are performing! Yes! She didn't say yes!
I need to go. I'm going to be fired. I'm going to be fired.
Listen, they've been teasing us on social media, the Spice Girls all getting together, all 5 of them. I'm like, please perform somewhere. And the royal wedding's the perfect place.
Were you a fan?
A little bit, but here's the thing. I mean, I think it's a perfect place to reunite things, because he's reuniting all his exes, I heard. I don't know if that's a rumor. What? So now we can reunite Spice Girls. So have it sort of, you know.
I mean, can you imagine the spectacle that is a Spice Girl reunion at a royal wedding?
That's a royal wedding.
It's like, oh, what Harry and Meghan want, what they really want.
A song for it.
That's what I'm saying. I just gave you the lyrics now. They're going to start, oh, what Harry and Meghan want, what they really want. So tell me what they want.
We'll leave that up to the Spice Girls, okay?
Ouch, Zoe. Anyway, that's good news.
What was so funny about the Spice Girls is I thought they were singing Colours of the World, Spice Up Your Life. I was like, yes, a song for me! But then it wasn't like that. It's time for us to talk fashion. And of course, last week, Nick Strelitz brought us a bit of an 80s throwback with London. And now it's time for a city that gives us all of the fashion feels. We're talking about Milano. Nick Strelitz is here at Milan Fashion Week. Hello, darling. How are you?
I missed you, girl. It's been hard without you. I just don't get along with anyone else.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what?
Kit Kat.
I'm here now. We're back
I love
together.
you, number 2.
Reunited. He's leaving me hanging. I'm done with you.
Dug
Okay,
myself a hole.
listen. Let's talk about London. Of course, there was power suits. There was neons. There was dungarees. Did Milan give us much of the same?
Girl, it sure did. But listen, I want to talk about one word on everyone's mouth right now.
Speak it, child. Speak it.
Woke.
Okay.
Woke. Are you woke?
I'm woke.
Are you woke? Because he woke, she woke. I'm kind of woke. I'm woken up.
Okay.
Woke is the takeout for all the fashion weeks right now, particularly
Yes.
what we saw in Milan. But we've been seeing this wokeness, which is basically just an awakening. It's an awakening in terms of political, social, cultural movements that are then being reflected in the very fashion that we're seeing.
Yes.
So let's start with way back a year ago, we saw slogan tees. Slogan tees were big on the runway. People like Bella Hadid, Jennifer Lawrence.
Futurist female.
Futurist female. This whole idea of a further female emancipation.
Yes.
It was just before the whole Me Too movement happened. Then we fast forward, the Harvey Weinstein that scandal goes live.
Yeah.
Golden Globes, fashion, we see solidarity in black. Again, fashion sort of reflecting the larger message at work. Then we saw things like at Paris Fashion Week, at Street Style, we saw women in power suits. Power suiting harking back to the 80s, when women finally felt emancipated enough to appropriate what had been a menswear staple, the suit, and were in the office to sort of establish themselves in the career.
I love that.
And we saw it in London last week too as well. We saw LGBT sort of collection from Christopher Bailey, power dressing here with the PVC slogans, so it's come full circle.
Yeah. So we've seen this trend just, continue throughout and really spread out.
Yeah.
Is it something that's going to be continuing beyond this?
Absolutely, but in Milan, I mean, we saw this continuing in Milan, which is probably the sort of fashion royalty capital. This wokeness happened in Milan as well. We saw things like garment length. So again, we're seeing garments, we're seeing them extended in length from 3/4 midriff jackets, maxi skirts, maxi dresses, and there's still sort of a sexual, there's still a feminine appeal.
Yeah.
This wokeness isn't about sort of throwing layers on women, it's about this balance. We saw athleisure, almost this militaristic, combative women going into the world.
I love this.
It's incredible, and we're seeing it reflected in the fashion. And then things like power dressing, again, harking back to the working girl, not that working girl, the working girl in an office. 70s, 80s, look how much power this just emanates.
This is stunning.
And still has that sex appeal.
Yeah,
It's a nice
yeah.
balance, and we're seeing that beautifully.
I love that. I can't wait for them to bring some of the trends from Black Panther and the Dora Milaje to bring that in there, more traditional warrior-esque kind of vibes.
Wait for it.
Seeing as though we've spoken about how everyone was woke, what are some of the other stand-up moments from Milan Fashion Week?
Girl, there was one There was one moment that shut it down. Dolce & Gabbana. Now, Dolce & Gabbana, some of my faves.
Yes.
Listen to this. They did a drone. They had drones come out carrying their newest range of bagwear.
No
Goodbye,
ways.
models. Sorry, Bella and Gigi. You guys are out, girls.
Bye, Felicia.
Make way for the drone. It took 45 minutes, though, for this to come out. Anna Wintour, the most powerful woman in fashion, even got up in one moment to leave. 40 minutes in, because they had to get all the hotspot and Wi-Fi turned off.
Are you serious?
600 people had to turn off their Wi-Fi before the drones could come out.
No, but was it worth it though?
I mean, I think it's cool. This is sort of, again, it's a sign of things to come. How are we going to integrate technology into the fashion industry? And we've seen it here. Dolce Gabbana, Miss Wintour, and the
I think
drone.
they tried to be woke, but they weren't
They ain't
woke.
woke.
Because people fell asleep.
But we woke.
Okay.
You Scary Spice, and I'm Baby.
Baby Spice.
I'm always Baby Spice.
Okay,
It's
all
a
right.
little
We're gonna
posh.
leave it. We're gonna leave it there. He's a scary Baby Spice, but it's all good. Thank you so much, Nick Strelitz.
Thank you.
Of course, letting us know about everything that was Milan Fashion Week. Definitely very woke.
Yeah, very interesting take on #woke. Nick, you better hope these streets don't come out for you. Anyway, right now, Ernest Napoleon is in studio with us this morning. We're very excited to have him on our couch to find out more about his work. He's a producer, a writer, an actor, and he's won big at the 2017 Zanzibar International Film Festival. And this is just the start. So great to have you back to be chatting to you, Ernest.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But let's talk about your film, Going Bongo. I mean, it's the first international film made by a Tanzanian. That's also the first East African film on iTunes. Did you think this amount of success would come from it when you initially pinned it?
No, actually, I treated it more like a demo of my work. So I was like, this is my first work. It's probably not going to be any good. So let me just, get through the first couple of films. And it was very surprising when it won the Best East Africa Film, and then it got to be accepted by iTunes, because iTunes is like, they don't just accept anybody. And then we had really good sales in Germany, which is like a country that doesn't even speak English. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool for the first project. So yeah, it did take me by surprise, given it's really low budget. And we shot in LA and shot in Tanzania. So it was kind of exciting.
Do you find it kind of challenging to play both the role of a director, an actor, producer, writer? Because you juggle quite a few roles in this.
Yes, but I don't really like to be a director and an actor at the same time, because it's hard to be in front and behind the camera. But producing is different, because producing is setting up the project before. So, but it's also challenging, because sometimes if something goes wrong on set, you have to, wear another hat and say, okay, I'm not an actor anymore, I'm a producer. Why is this generator bill hasn't been paid or something like that?
So much to focus on.
A very specific problem.
I also want to talk quickly about your latest project, Q-Many. Q-Many. Tell me about Q-Many, and what is it that you've kind of applied differently from Going Bongo, which was your first film, and now to your latest?
So Q-Many is actually a film in a local language of Swahili. And the reason I did it is because we have an industry called Bongo Movies in Tanzania, and it's producing a lot of movies. I think it's maybe second to Nollywood in terms of sheer volume. But most of these films have been in really lower quality. So, and the excuse has been, oh, well, the budget's is too low, blah, blah, blah. So I did an experiment by making a film for like $15,000 and making it a really slow budget, but a good film. Because I was like, this is possible, because the thing is, when things are low budget, the writing goes, like, people don't really care about the writing. I was like, if you write it well, then that's the blueprint to a good film, and if you can shoot it smartly. So I did this low budget film in Tanzania, but then it ended up, being accepted for big festivals, and Pan-Africa Film Festival. It got won Best Writing and Best Directing at Zanzibar Film Festival. And now still most festivals in the world are still asking for it. Like now it's going to be playing in Belgium and other countries.
That's incredible, because it can show, it shows people you can do a lot despite the budget. What is next for you, if I can ask that?
Oh, so next up, we're putting a couple of projects. Now we're moving sort of a bigger budget film. Now I'm putting a project about an ex-slave. It's an American-UK production. It's about an ex-slave who won his freedom through Mandingo fighting, which was when the slave owners used to make their slaves fight for money. And he won his freedom through that because his slave masters bet a lot of money on him. And then he goes on to fight the world boxing champion. In the UK, and it's based on a true story too.
Oh my goodness, fantastic. We'll have a chat to you a bit later, a bit more about that, because that's a very fascinating storyline. So we'll have Ernest Napoleon on the couch again a bit later.
Awesome, thank you so much, Kat. Looking forward to that one. Listen, stick around. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's a Wednesday, which means it's time for the culinary hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Get involved. It's all about, hang on. It's all about living a vegan lifestyle. So if you have any questions, call us 021-430-9881. Okay, now you can go.
Thank you so much. Alistair Isabel is in the house, everybody, and he performs Fragile after the break.
Expresso, we bring you the best in feel-good entertainment and awesome moments to start your day with a smile.
A lot of people would be like, my marriage or a cheeseburger. I'll take the cheeseburger.
You never say you take the cheeseburger in front of your wife.
You might want to flip it at this point in time.
Don't you tell me what to do. This is my kitchen. Yes, I should flip it, you're right.
Don't miss Expresso, weekdays 6:30 to 9 a.m. on SABC3.
Two, 1, 2.
Still are one, drying up in the color of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain will wash the stains away, and something in my mind will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to quench a lifetime's argument. Nothing comes from violence, nothing ever could. To all those born beneath an angry star, lest we forget just how fragile we are. We say on, we say the rain will fall like tears from the stars. Tears from the stars. Tears from the stars. I say, how fragile, just how fragile. If blood will flow and flesh and steel are one, drying up in the cover of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain is gonna wash the stains away. Something in my mind is always gonna say, perhaps this final act was meant to quench your lifetime's argument. But nothing comes from violence, nothing ever could. To all those put beneath the angry stars, lest we forget just how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall. It will fall like tears from the stars. On and on, the rain will sing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And yes, welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, live, large and in charge on this Wednesday morning. Alistair Isabel still here performing for us. Of course, you can catch him at the 19th Cape Town International Jazz Festival. But right now, he's here for your entertainment, South Africa. Here he is performing Fragile.
Steel are one, drying up in the cover of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain is gonna wash the stains away, and something in my mind will always say, perhaps this final act was meant to quench a lifetime's argument. Nothing comes from violence, and nothing ever could. To all those born beneath an angry tongue, lest we forget just how fragile we are. I say, the rain will fall like tears from the stars. Tears from the stars. Tears from the stars. I say, the rain will say, how fragile we are. Just how fragile. Your blood will flow and flesh and steel are one, drying up in the cover of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain is gonna wash the stains away. Something in my mind is always gonna say, perhaps this final act was meant comes from violence. Nothing ever could. For all those born beneath that angry cloud, lest we forget just how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall like tears from the stars. Tears from the stars. The rain will say just how fragile we are. Just how fragile we are. I say on and on and say now, the rain will fall, just like tears, just like tears, just like tears. I say on and on, the rain it's gonna say how fragile we are. Just how on and on and on, the rain will fall like tears from the stars, like tears from the stars, like tears. The rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are, just how fragile, just how fragile, how fragile, how fragile we are.
What a beautiful way to start the day, man. You know, just touch your hand on the guitar. Oh, it's too hot. Did you hear that solo? Absolutely beautiful. Remember, you can catch Alistair Isabel live in action at the 19th Cape Town International Jazz Festival. The details are on your screen right now. Go and get those tickets. Good luck for that performance.
Thank you,
sir.
my brother.
Give us your best. We can't wait to see
I
you.
intend to.
Absolutely. Right now, let's catch up with the early morning news.
Baie dankie Kat. Yes, dis reg. Kom ons kyk vir 'n laaste keer na jou nuus so vertrek op jou goed voel ontbytprogram. Dis 'n Woensdagoggend. In die nasionale nuus 'n mosie om 'n gedeelte van die grondwet te hersien ten einde die weg voor te berei vir onteiening sonder vergoeding is met 'n oorweldigende meerderheid in die nasionale vergadering aanvaar. Die mosie is deur die leier van die EFF, Julius Malema, voorgestel en is met 241 stemme teen 83 aanvaar. Die aangeleentheid sal vervolgens na die konstitusionele hersieningskomitee verwys word wat teen 30 Augustus vanjaar daaroor aan die parlement moet terugrapporteer. Dan die parlement is gereed om grootskaalse ondersoek van stapel te laat loop na beweerde wanadministrasie en korrupsie in die departement van water en sanitasie, te midde kommer dat dit bankrot is. Die departement het glo 'n begroting van 14 biljoen rand met 2 biljoen rand oorbestee en is deur die ouditeur-generaal daaroor aangespreek. Gister in die parlement is vrae gestel oor oorbesteding en twyfelagtige kontrakte wat in hierdie departement toegeken is, waar 'n hele aantal direkteur-generaals in die onlangse verlede gekom en gegaan het. In die internasionale nuus vanoggend, Pakistan se regerende party het Shahbaz Sharif tot president in die plek van sy broer en veteranleier Nawaz Sharif verkies. Nawaz Sharif is vroeër deur die Hooggeregshof gediskwalifiseer. Die Pakistanse Muslim Liga Nawaz party het Nawaz as 'n leier vir altyd verkies, 'n stap wat moontlik die regbank die harnas kan injaag. Shahbaz se verkiesing as partypresident is 'n aanduiding dat hy die Sharif-loyalis Shahid Khan Abbasi as eerste minister sal vervang. En ten slotte, die Withuis het bevestig dat die Franse president Emmanuel Macron op 24 April tydens 'n staatsbesoek aan die FSA deur president Donald Trump ontvang sal word. Die woordvoerder van die Withuis, Sarah Sanders, sê die besoek sal Amerikaanse en Franse samewerking ten opsigte van ekonomiese en globale kwessies bevorder en die vriendskap tussen die twee lande verstewig. Die staatsbesoek sal 'n gesamentlike nuuskonferensie, verskeie amptelike plegtighede as ook 'n staatsdiner insluit. En daarmee jou nuushooftrekke op die Goedvoel ontbytprogram vir die Woensdagoggend.
Thank you very much, and a very good morning to all our sports fans out there. Now, Roger Federer became the most decorated laureus winner in history last night as he won his 5th and 6th statuettes at the 2018 awards ceremony in Monaco. The 20-time Grand Slam winner beat out the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lewis Hamilton to win the Sportsman of the Year category, while earlier on in the evening he also received the Comeback of the Year award. In the Sportswoman of the Year category, South African Casa Semenya lost out to 5-time laureus winner Serena Williams. Moving on to football, Cape Town City's poor run of form in the PSL continued last night as they suffered a 2-0 loss to Baroka FC in Polokwane. A goal in each half saw Baroka seal all 3 points, which takes them up to 6th on the log, while City slipped down to 7th. There is also a PSL game to look forward to tonight as SuperSport face Ajax Cape Town, and that kickoff is at 7:30. In other footballing news, Swansea booked their place in the FA Cup quarter-finals at the second time of asking as they pulled off a 2-0 replay win over Sheffield Wednesday last night. Goals from Jordan Ayew and Nathan Dyer secured the win, which sees Swansea through to the Cup quarters for the first time in 54 years. Now, the final 5th round match of the FA Cup takes place tonight as Tottenham Hotspur face Rochdale in Wembley. And finally, world number 4 Grigor Dimitrov crashed out of the Dubai Tennis Championship yesterday as he fell to a shock 2-1 loss to world number 117th ranked Malik Yazari. Seeded at first at the tournament, Dimitrov let slip a 1-set lead, which opened the door for Yazari to pull off a 4-6, 7-5, 6-4 victory. In other results from yesterday's action in Dubai, there were wins for Jan-Lennart Struff, Bona Koric and Lucas Pouya. And that's a roundup of your sports news.
Well, let's take one final look at the roads, starting off in the Western Cape in Cape Town. There's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N2 inbound. It's before Borchards Quarry Road. That left shoulder is currently blocked, so please approach with caution. And that's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Zoe. That's right. Let's quickly take a last look at your weather right now for your Wednesday. And it looks like mild to hot temperatures can be expected with a couple of thunderstorms forecast for Pretoria and also Polokwane today, and partly cloudy conditions for the rest of the country. Your temperatures for a last time this morning: Polokwane 16.26, Mbombela 16.28, Pretoria 16 minimum as well with a maximum 27, Johannesburg 15.27, Mahikeng 17.29, Klerksdorp 15 and a maximum 30, Kimberley 19.32, Bloemfontein 15.29, Richards Bay 20 minimum with a maximum 31 degrees, Pietermaritzburg 16.32, Durban 22 and a high of 28 degrees, Mthatha 17.32, East London 20 with a maximum 26, Cradock 16 and very hot late on today, 37 degrees, Port Elizabeth 18.23, George 14.22, Sutherland 9.29, Cape Town 16.24, Worcester 12 and a high of 32, Springbok 11.30 and Uppington a very hot day as well, 22 and a maximum of 36 degrees. And as always, please remember to use water sparingly, especially down here in Cape Town.
Well, it's time for us to find out the answer to our emoji charades game. Of course, these were the clues. It's a song, 3 words in the title. There's a starry night and a big star. Let's see what the clue was. This is the lead single to the soundtrack of the latest Marvel film, Black Panther, and it is unanimous, everybody. Everybody got it right. Jennifer Robertson says All the Stars by Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA. So congratulations to all of you that got it right, and hopefully you've seen the movie as well, because it's absolutely incredible.
Wakanda forever.
Yes.
It's still on my to-see list. I still haven't
you're
seen it.
shocking.
I know.
Zoe.
This weekend. Well, listen, we're taking a very quick break. When we get back, we want to make sure your pets are living a healthy lifestyle. So preventing them from overeating is one way, and we'll get into that after the break.
And for all you pets out there, we're making sure that your humans are living a very healthy lifestyle. Philippa Harrington and Chef Kola are here to help us lead a vegan lifestyle. The basics. We're getting down to all of the basics and what you need to know. Stay tuned.
It feels good to celebrate the incredible talent and standard of excellence honoured at the 2018 South African Film and Television Awards. The SABC is home to a wealth of television presenting and hosting talent, and we are so proud to see these individuals get well-deserved recognition for their work. Congratulations to SABC talent Pabi Moloi and Masechaba Ndlovu for their nominations as Best Talk Show Host. And for nominations in the Best TV Presenter Award, SABC hosts Lerato Khanyago, Ntokozo Mbuli, Tumelo Mototwani, and Tumi Morake are in the running. Remember, you can vote for your favorite TV presenter by SMSing the letter of your favorite to 48430. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Don't miss the 12th annual SAFTA's live broadcast on SABC2 on the 24th of March and see the stars of local film and television shine.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary
Hotline Bling.
Yes, you know what time it is when you hear that song. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Yes. Welcome to it. It feels like forever since we've been in the kitchen. But today we're joined by Philippa Harrington and Chef Cola, two vegan chefs that are here today to chat about what it means to be vegan and living a vegan, healthy lifestyle. And they're also going to be sharing some amazing vegan recipes, easy enough for you to try out at home. So if you have any culinary questions, please give us a call on 0214 309 881. Alistair Isabel is also our guest in the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. I like that you also getting into that. Guys, welcome. Thank you very, very much for joining us.
Thank you very
I'm going
much.
to give you the honor of asking the first question because I think it's a very relevant one.
So I have a challenge because I've been a meat eater all my life.
Yeah.
4 decades of eating meat. And now I'm thinking to myself, is it just trendy to become a vegan or is it really good for your lifestyle? And is it a great way of life? And particularly, like I'm saying, is it trendy? Because to cut meat out to me as a uitdaging, I'm just thinking, how can you do it? And secondly, how sexy can it be to make vegan food every day, 3 times a day?
Great question. All right, so who's going to take on that question?
Chef Cola? First of all, vegan food is always sexy, 365 every single day, so it's not really much of a challenge. But is it a trend? Yes, but then is it a much needed trend? Definitely. People do it from an environmental standpoint or health reasons or what?
Animal rights?
Animal rights, that's the main reason. So being a trend, yes it is, but then it's a trend that's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because people care about the environment and their health.
Yeah, it's also got, I think, got to do with a lot of sustainability issues about, you know, farming animals and the production process and what goes on in there. But for you individually, what inspired each of you to take on a vegan lifestyle?
Okay, Yeah, so I actually went quite slowly into becoming a vegan.
Yeah.
I became a vegetarian first about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was really learning about the industrial meat industry and learning a lot of information about that. And I'm the kind of person that once I know something, I can't really look back.
Yeah.
I can't turn my back on that information just because I love a steak, and I did love a steak. But what's been amazing is that that food is so flavorful, spices are so flavorful. You really get to become super comfortable with the array of vegetables that grow on our earth, and that it becomes really, really exciting. And I think more and more, I mean, that was 12 years ago. Now it's so hyper relevant to be eating a vegan diet.
Yeah.
In terms of the environment, we don't really have another option. We have to use our power and change the way that we eat.
Okay. What about you, Chef Kola? What was your reason for becoming vegan?
I'm slowly turning into a vegan. I'm a trained vegan chef, and slowly getting into the whole vegan lifestyle fully. But my main reason for doing that, from transitioning from vegetarian to vegan, is health, and just actually seeing what's put into meat. It looks good, it tastes good, but then all of those chemicals, what it does to you in the long run, I don't want to be a victim towards that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm slowly changing.
If we just quickly sketch the difference between being vegetarian and being vegan, just clarify that for people and what that means.
Yeah, so being a vegan means that you are eliminating all dairy products from your diet. So that's, with a vegetarian, you're still eating eggs, milk, butter, cheese. But as a vegan, you're eliminating those, and also a strict vegan would also be eliminating honey from their diet. So looking to use other sweeteners.
Sure, that's a lot to consider. So not just a steak on the weekend, Alistair.
Almost accusational here.
Okay.
Not at all.
We're going to come back and continue our conversation, because I want to touch on the health aspect of it, you know, given that our forefathers, yes, they ate a lot of vegetables and stuff, but they also ran after, you know, buck and antelope and hunted them, and they were pretty okay.
The key is they were running.
Okay, all right. We'll come back with those questions and more on the Culinary Hotline. Blaine! Sing!
Now, you might not know that dogs cannot regulate their body temperature in the same way that we as humans can do. This causes the onset of overheating in our pets to happen extremely quickly. And believe it or not, it can be fatal. Hill's pet nutrition advisor, Marika Ackhurst, now is going to give us some tips and tricks on how to firstly recognize overheating in our pets and then what we can do about it. Marika, welcome.
I
just love the way Bob just immediately sticks to you like
he does. He knows a good thing.
How does a dog in particular experience heat?
The first thing to know is that the dogs don't sweat like we do, and we use sweat to cool ourselves down. They can cool themselves through their paws, and obviously the most used device is the breathing and panting. So that's how they cool themselves off mostly, and you can see that they're getting distressed when they pant excessively.
So that's first sign, okay. Are there other kind of signs we must look out for in terms of it becoming serious?
Okay, I think you have to start looking at the vitals of the dog. So look at the gums. Is it bright pink or is it going pale? So the bright pink will indicate that, you know, that you're getting some issues. You can see how sticky their saliva is. It becomes quite dried up when they are dehydrated. Just look at their general condition. That you get vomiting. There's various sorts of things that you can see and that you can start worrying about.
Very similar to human dehydration,
Absolutely,
actually.
it is.
What do we do?
Okay, the first thing is to get the dog out of the environment as soon as possible. Try and cool them down. Try and keep their head elevated, because sometimes they're really not fully aware. Yeah. You can even put an ice pack on their heads or behind their neck. You can start massaging their body,
that got
their
his
legs.
Attention. He's like,
yes, we
baby,
can do that, Bob. That sounds like fun. So those kind of things are important, and then it is important to take your dog to the vet, even if they recover or seem to be recovering. You don't know what internally is going wrong, and they can have organ failure, they can have brain swelling, so it's still important to get them to the vet straight away.
How do we prevent them getting to that point of overheating?
I think the important thing is the environment. So don't keep them in a locked car. Make sure the room that they're kept in is cool and can't overheat. Outside, you know, make sure that they have shade to lie in, that there's water, that they can cool themselves down. If you're driving in a car, the aircon, keep the aircon on or windows down. And then another important factor for me is that the coats is so important, is actually keeping the coat in a brilliant condition so that it can do its job, which is to regulate temperature. So double-coated breeds, first of all, should never be shaved. You should actually keep that coat in a really good condition, brush it regularly so that it doesn't mat up. That forms the barrier between, inside and outside.
Yeah, that is amazing to me. So just be aware of what breed you have when you're sitting in 35-degree heat. So I think just to drum this home and for us to fully understand ourselves, maybe put ourselves in the position of our dogs, we thought we'd conduct a very interesting and somewhat grueling social experiment. Take a look at this. I think we've all heard someone say, or at least maybe we've said it ourselves, I'll only be a few minutes. But what we don't realize, for that pet or dog stuck inside the car, in just 10 minutes, they can experience the temperature inside that car rising by an additional 20 degrees.
We really want people to understand what it actually feels like to be trapped in a hot car. So myself and 3 brave others are putting ourselves in that exact position. The challenge, sitting in a hot car for just 10 minutes.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
It's 30 seconds in and I'm already taking strain.
The glasses are starting to slip down the face.
1 Hammanskraal, 2 Hammanskraal.
Gyms and things don't have steam rooms or saunas now. This is a version. So this is your waterless sauna.
It's so sweaty! Woo!
Woo!
Actually feeling a little bit nauseous.
I think it is definitely Jersey takeoff time.
Okay. Yep, I'm out.
I'm out of here.
Yo, I am out. I can't.
Woo-hoo-hoo. My word. The feeling was a little bit scary, to be honest. Big, brave guy, I thought I'd be fine, but the second those doors closed and you're kind of locked in that confined space, that's when the fight or flight kind of kicks in.
You just start sweating profusely down your face, and a little bit of hyperventilating already starts happening because you just feel short of breath.
It's somewhat impossible to do with a clear mind. I feel like it was very much like getting stuck in a bunker with no food. You start hallucinating. You start singing songs to yourself. Yes, 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 yes.
You're basically just allowed to delve into your deepest, darkest thoughts. And I'm sure a dog does the same thing.
Not 10 minutes, not 5 minutes, not just 2 minutes. Just don't do it. It wasn't easy, Marika. I have to say, do you know what? More than the heat, because that was quite intense, but we obviously can kind of get ourselves into the right headspace. It was the mental aspect of the fight and flight kicking in, and how much panic I felt. I knew I could get out. I knew that I was safe. Yet that instinct for a dog being trapped in that space who can't rationalize, that must be terrifying.
It must be. And Graham, you had a red button.
Which I used.
So you can get out of the situation with dogs. There is no way. They're trapped in that car and they're going to go backwards from there. It's really, really a horrific situation to be in.
Oh, Marika, thank you so much for that. Really interesting. I think, as I said in that VT, whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, just a moment, just don't do it. As a parent, parent, I think most importantly, even if you don't have any pets, it is so important to realize that even 24 degrees Celsius for a dog, depending on the size, can be too hot for overexertion. It can lead them to becoming dehydrated, and it really can have dangerous, far-reaching effects after that. So keep your pets safe this summer. Take all the points to heart that we've spoken about, and you can keep your pup happy and healthy and cool.
And we're back again with the culinary hotline playing. Ting, ting, ting. Yes. And we're talking about all things vegan. We got Chef Cola and Philippa Harrington and also Ernest Napoleon, our guest, who's joining us to learn about a vegan lifestyle and why it's good for you. And the last thing I asked was, that our forefathers, yes, they used to eat a lot of vegetables and they were farming and whatever, but they also used to eat meat. But the difference, Philippa, you said, is that they used to chase their meat. for kilometers and kilometers and then bring it back. So there was a, kind of health.
I eat that one animal over a very long period of time.
Exactly.
Not every day, not every meal.
Yeah, not the massive industry we have right now. So, Ernest, I don't know how much of a vegan you are. You said you're transitioning?
Well, the thing is that I really like salads, but sometimes when you're in a group and people like looking at what you're going to order, it's like, you're going to order salad.
Judgment from your friends.
Judging, it's more like, for me, it's more psychological than anything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll order a burger just to fit in.
To fit in. Well, let's hope this will switch your mind a little bit when you see how delicious this is. Because Chef Cola, what are you going to make it for us?
Right, we're making Vietnamese-inspired rice wraps.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is something that's healthy and also filling. So
and it's sexy too.
And it's sexy.
It looks
I told
great.
you, vegan food is sexy.
Is there anything that's not healthy and vegan? Can you, if you want to be bad and you're a vegan, what do you do?
I'm a bad vegan.
Yeah. Like,
what do you do?
What's a guilty pleasure for a vegan?
What's a guilty pleasure? I think our desserts, they're very rich in sugar and sweetness.
Is it carrots?
I tell you what, while Chef Cola answers your questions, we got to get to making this because I want to see how to do this. All right.
Asian rice wraps, they're pretty thin, so we added them in water to dissolve them a little bit.
Okay.
So simple ingredients, we have lettuce. Okay. Some baby spinach.
Baby spinach. And I know one of your questions, Ernest, was about the spread of nutrients that one needs in your body, right? And protein being one of them.
Yeah, that's the biggest, because you know what to eat when you combine, meat, you have your carbohydrates, you have your vegetables, and here it seems to be just vegetables. So how do you mix to get the right ingredients in your body? Not that I get right ingredients in my body, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, Philippa, you can answer.
Yeah, so there's actually a whole bunch of plant-based protein options available. Right now with what Chef Cola is making, she's got some leafy greens, she's got tofu in there. So there is a hefty amount of protein even in this little raw snack. Grains, legumes.
It's so delicate.
In a lot of vegetables, there's a high protein content. Something like chickpeas is awesome. Your lentils, your black beans. You can make a delicious black bean vegan burger. Oh, there's lots of different options.
I actually had flat beans for the first time this past weekend. Have you guys had those before?
I have, not yet.
Those are really good. I was very, very surprised. Okay, so you've added all these wonderful ingredients. Carrots, cucumber, baby spinach, lettuce. What is this?
This is some chili. So rice wraps are very delicate, so if you leave them in water for too long, they break apart. But then they cut right through easily.
And then you got some soy sauce to go with it there.
To put in
Serve it up.
So is this like breakfast?
I love it. This can be served as breakfast, lunch, dinner, an easy snack. And then
salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
And you can SMS the keyword dish to 33728 at home, and we'll send you the ingredients list so that you can make your own Vietnamese inspired wrap. Would you like to try one? Would you? This is freshly made right now, beautiful ingredients.
I just saw it.
Get in there. You've got to be. You've got to be delicate. Go for it. Go for it. Just go.
I've got to be delicate.
Yeah, there we go. Dip it in that soy sauce. Get it in your mouth.
A bit like sushi, all in one.
There we go.
This is so many instructions.
Go for it.
Swallow.
All right.
Yeah. Yay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we like that very much. We might be converting Ernest, and hopefully we're helping you as well. So give us a call on 0214309881. We'll be back with a culinary hotline playing. Sing.
It looks delicious.
It does look delicious.
Wow, can't wait to see what is coming up. But listen, coming up after the break, if you've got some, troubles keeping your sportswear fresh and clean, well, we got some really top tips for you. Don't miss that.
And of course, the culinary hotline continues after the break.
call us on your cell phone.
Culinary hotline bling. That can only mean one thing when it's the culinary hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing. We're in the kitchen with Philippa Harrington and Chef Cola, and we're learning about all kinds of things, and we're acquiring knowledge about the vegan lifestyle and why you should take it on. And Philippa, you were telling me something interesting right now. 28 days after you started your journey of being a vegan or transitioning into a more plant-based diet, you started feeling a difference in your body.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it takes about 21 days to form a new habit.
Yes.
And you know, our body cells are regenerating all the time, so you can feel the impact quite quickly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so earlier on, Chef Cola made us a beautiful fresh lunch and dinner option in the form of a Vietnamese-inspired rice wrap. And right now, we're going to take you to breakfast. If you're trying to do the vegan thing, breakfast, this is what it looks like. You're going to make an omelette for us.
I'm going to make us a plant-based omelette, and I think this has to be a secret or a favorite of vegans worldwide. So to start it off, we've got a little bit of coconut oil melting in a non-stick pan here. Here we have a mixture of chickpea flour, water, turmeric, nutritional yeast, and we're going to add a little kala namak, which I'm going to get you to taste in a moment, and that sort of forms up our egg base. So, you know, think about whipping your eggs. Here we're whipping our plant-based mixture of chickpea flour.
Because that looks very egg-like. So with chickpeas, of course, chickpeas have a bit of protein in them, right?
Chickpea flour is a great plant-based protein. There's also a lot of fiber in there. It makes it a great breakfast food. So we're just adding a little bit of this batter to the pan.
Okay.
We're going to let that start cooking.
If that starts kind of cooking like eggs, my mind's going to just go bleh.
So I'm going to add a little bit, of this secret ingredient, and you're going to taste it for me, and let me know why you think I'm adding that. That's called kala namak.
Kala namak. Can I tell you what it smells like? It reminds me of New Year's Day at home after all the fireworks have gone off. Like, it smells like that. But anyway, okay. It's like egg.
Yes.
It's like egg. What do you mean?
So kala namak is a really interesting ingredient. It has a high sulfur content, so it really has this eggy taste. And it's something that I'll pop in if I'm making a plant-based omelette, a plant-based tortilla, a Spanish tortilla, or a quiche, for example. It gives us a little bit of like an eggy essence.
But what is it made of? Because
it's black volcanic salt.
It tastes like egg. That's madness.
And this is our other secret ingredient. It's nutritional yeast, also a favorite of vegans everywhere. Just going to check this is. So we're going to move around the batter. That's a bit more ordinary in taste.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy. You can already start to see it kind of cooking like an egg. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that there, and then what other ingredients are you using for the filling? So what
we're going to add to our omelette, we're going to have some sliced sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to have some chopped parsley and some Swiss chard and mushrooms that have already been lightly sautéed.
Yeah. Does the mixture that we've made here, does it take longer to cook than normal?
It does take a little bit longer, so that's a good thing too, because you're not going to burn it as quickly as you might do with an omelette. I don't know if you've had that.
Yes.
It takes a little bit longer, and you just want to move it around the pan a little, just to make sure it's all cooking, sometimes lifting it away from the sides.
Don't worry about it. We're going to give you some time just to let it cook nicely, so you can take your time, and when we come back, we should have a full-on omelette for you. SMS the keyword breakfast to 33728, and we'll send you the ingredients list you need to make your very own vegan-inspired omelette. We'll be right back. I can't believe it tastes like egg.
It tastes like egg.
It's madness.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's one of my favorite days. It is Wednesday Wash Day with Mac, and it's the end of the second month of the year. Now, how are those New Year resolutions holding up? Are you still hitting the gym as often as you want? I'm still waiting to go, but Ewan has. Here are some pointers on how to wash your stinky gym clothes and sportswear. Now, we all know that most activewear is made using synthetic fabrics and are prone to retaining smells, even after they've been through the wash. But there are some basic practices that can help prevent odor retention.
Exactly. So, number one, when you return home and don't have the time to immediately wash your sweaty clothes, you can start by hanging them out to dry. So don't throw them in a hamper or, leave them in your gym bag. That's the worst thing you can do. Because wet gym clothes can start to breed mold and mildew. Lekker grillig, no. Now, also, don't overuse detergent. It's really easy to think that more detergent, the cleaner your clothes, all right? So that's not the case. When you use more than the right dosage, soap is then left behind on the clothes, and bacteria loves to feed on soap.
Really?
I had no idea. But by leaving soap residue on your clothes, you're actually welcoming the bacteria and contributing to the presence of smells.
Wow, that is crazy. I love these tips. Now, if machine washing your gym clothes or your sports clothes, don't use fabric softener. That's another tip. Fabric softener doesn't play nicely with stretchy, moisture-wicking fabrics. It leaves behind a coating that makes it difficult for water and detergent to absorb into the fibers. So skip it in the loads, and of course containing workout clothes as well.
Absolutely. And then wash your activewear inside out, all right? So now this is also an interesting tip. Now the bacteria that cause a clothes to smell builds up on the inside of your gym gear, all right? So it's always just a good thing just to turn them inside out and then to put it through the wash as well. And then go about using MAC washing powder, which is a high active formula. So it's very super strong and foamy and will break down bacteria as well. And also remember to use the right dosage. When hand washing garments, use cool or warm water and allow particularly sweaty clothes to soak for a while. And then make sure to scrub the parts of the clothes where sweat tends to occur.
And thoroughly rinse. You have to make sure that you do that. Now, our last tip this morning is to always air dry your gym clothes. Heat from a tumble dryer will amplify odors, so let them air dry to make them smell less and, of course, last longer. I'm sure you didn't know all of that stuff. I didn't particularly know half of this stuff, but now we do. And, of course, our gym clothes will be happier for it.
Just like that. Happy gym clothes will make you a happy gymmer as well. Anyways, MAC makes your wash day a little bit easier, and we're making it easy for you to win a MAC hamper every week. So to stand a chance of winning, SMS the keyword MAC to 33728. SMSs are charged at R1.50. No free SMSs apply. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. Now, this week's giveaway ends at midnight this Friday, so get SMSing right now.
MAC washing powder works really hard on tough stains, so you don't have to. Making it easy for you to shine.
All right, listen, the magic that is happening in this kitchen right now. So earlier on, if you missed it, Philippa Harrington was showing us how to make a vegan-inspired omelette and all kinds of crazy ingredients that make this look like an egg, along with this ingredient, which is called?
Kalanama.
Kalanama. This tastes like an egg. Weird powder that tastes like an egg. But there it is, and it looks just like that. And from that, would you be able to then get your proteins?
You've got protein, you've got fiber, you've got iron, you've got vitamin K, you've got, your great leafy greens, the medicine of the mushrooms. And what's key here is actually adding a little bit of a grind of black pepper, because black pepper is key to help us assimilate nutrients and minerals that we need, and maybe we're not able to access as easily as vegans.
We've got a caller on the line, Richard from Kaapstad. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, man. Thanks for the call. What is your culinary conundrum?
Well, firstly, I've been following a Daniel fast diet for the last couple of days. On the 10th day. Now, you guys are mentioning certain products that I've never heard of.
Like Kalanama.
So the question I've got is for the lower or middle class to lower class environments who would like to follow a similar process. A lot of these products are quite pricey. What is your suggestion? What is the alternatives? Because when you walk into these stores, unless you're walking around the fruit and veg environment, there's not much else to choose from if you're on a tight budget.
That's a great question, Richard. Thank you very much. Because at the end of the day, we do want the nation to adopt a healthier lifestyle. So that means just move that pan away from the heat there. We want to cater for everyone. Okay, so what are your suggestions, chefs?
Yeah, so something like kalanamak actually, it may sound very exotic, but it's very affordable. It's right in line with other salts, and shopping at wholesale spice traders, like in Cape Town, we've got Fargo's, we've got Atlas. That's a great place to get these affordable spices and more specialty foods that may be a little bit out of your normal range, but they're actually right in line. Something like nutritional yeast maybe is a little bit more of a specialty product, but you're going to use it less. So you think that, and then things like chickpea flour, extremely affordable. Your grains, your legumes, buying in bulk and stocking your pantry. It's a bit of a accumulate to speculate to accumulate to speculate
Mm-hmm,
thing with if you stock your pantry well and you've got those things at home that you're going to need for these recipes, you're going to stop buying the ready-made things that end up being a little bit more pricey.
Yeah. So would you kind of suggest looking around your area and finding those fresh produce markets, getting your bulk ingredients from there, and then obviously the specialized ones, like you said, you use less of them in quantity, so they last you longer.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So, Richard, I hope that helps, and good luck on taking on this new chapter of your eating life, and I certainly hope that it brings out great results. I can't wait to try out that vegan omelette because it looks exactly like an egg, like an omelette. So nothing in my mind is saying anything different. And also, these toppings, right?
Yeah. So
could you give us a quick rundown? I think we were like a half a minute, quickly,
so
these toppings.
Here we've got a basic cashew cream and we've got a roasted garlic cashew cream. I think people eating a vegan diet love their sauces and it's a great way to add more flavor and a little bit more nutrition to whatever you're eating. So when working with nuts and seeds, they can be on the pricey side, but remember using less. Less is more in this case, and it's giving you a real powerful punch of nutrition.
Fantastic.
So this is a lovely thing to slather on bread, add to a pasta to make it creamy, pop on the side of this omelette.
Excellent. Chefs, thank you so much. We really do appreciate your expertise. Hope you enjoyed that culinary hotline playing. Ting, ting, ting.
Ting, 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 indeed. And maybe if this morning was a bit too healthy for you and you want to indulge, then don't miss Afternoon Express. Join the team and Clem in the kitchen where they'll be preparing a classic Southern American comfort food. I'm talking about Southern fried chicken. It's crispy on the outside, tender and flavoursome on the inside, and sandwiched between two warm toasted buns, crisp lettuce, and tangy pickles.
Creamonaise is the only mayonnaise with Clover cream. Made with love by Clover.
Well, it's a beautiful morning down in the Mother City. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday morning with us, and thank you for choosing to start your morning with us. We're going to be taking a quick break. When we come back, a nice little breakfast frittata on the menu to sort you out.
Do you want to be part of breaking a Guinness World Record? Now is your chance. Join Clover's Creamonaise on the 3rd of March at Maponya Mall when we attempt to break the Guinness World Record for the longest line of sandwiches, measuring a massive 4 kilometers, topped with some creamy Clover mayonnaise. Come say hello to your favorite celebs, Somizi, Ewan Stradom, DJ Miss Cosmo, and many others. Let's put South Africa on the map with Clover Creamonaise, the only mayonnaise with added dairy cream.
Welcome back. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Breakfast is almost served. Yes, we see some delicious recipes already coming out from the culinary hotline. Thank you very, very much, guys. Some great vegan recipes is that. But right now, we are tackling a frittata like none other. Grace Stevens in the house. Ooh. We are loving having her. And we are going to cream it up with clover creamonnaise this morning, which is, we're going to add that deep richness to it as well.
Oh, yes. Finally, you've got me to make a legitimate breakfast food.
Finally, we allow you to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, Grace, take it away.
Well, you know what? This is as easy as it looks. You break all these eggs. I'm going to need you to
let me help you there.
Because there's about 8 eggs here, hey?
Okay, so this will feed a family, that's for sure.
Yeah, we have to keep the vegans away from the kitchen now. There's a lot of eggs in here.
Yes.
And then you know what's lovely about a frittata is that whatever's left over in your fridge. But today I've got, oh, look at these potatoes, nicely fried and roasted.
Oh, that
so I'm going to pop
beautiful.
those in there.
Okay, so the potatoes you've just kind of cut up and popped them in the oven.
Yeah, well, what I did is I just fried them until they were nice and sticky, lovely and fried and golden.
All right.
Some mushrooms.
Just clean up here a little bit. Hang on. All your eggs.
All my eggs, yeah.
There we go.
Some spinach. Love spinach. Some baby tomatoes. You just pop this in your dish and you spread it around.
This is the great thing about a frittata. It's so quick and easy. It's very quick to put together for breakfast.
I think that and you know what? I think it's one of those wow things. So if you've got mates coming over for brunch, you pop this in the oven as they arrive, because it's only going to take about 15 minutes to cook.
Exactly.
So I'm going to break all these eggs. I've got one egg in here that doesn't want to be broken. Okay, got it.
You managed.
Sorted.
The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. That's Clover to 33728. If you want to get your hands on the ingredients list and a link that you can follow to the recipe. So it's as easy as throwing it all over there.
There is. You need to tip your bowl until it's all completely. Then I've got some thyme.
Beautiful. Let's add some more flavour.
This is the magic ingredient.
All right, so we are going with the clover creamonnaise.
Yes.
Which is also creamonnaise, of course, using real cream, so you can get that smoothness in your recipe.
And then all I'm going to do is dot some of this delicious creamonnaise just
like
randomly over my frittata. So when this cooks, it's going to melt into it, and just when you take a bite of this, it's going to be delicious. Can't have enough of this. This goes into an oven for about 15 minutes, and there we go.
And then you get, and that is literally so quick and easy, a little bit of salt and pepper, and you're good to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Grace, thank you very much. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. If you've missed any of these very easy steps, here they are again for your frittata.
Rise and shine to moreish flavors with a nutritious and delicious clover creamonnaise breakfast frittata. For this recipe, you'll need half a cup of clover creamonnaise, salt and pepper, a tablespoon of chopped thyme, 3 baby potatoes, a quarter cup of spinach, a quarter cup of fresh baby tomatoes, a quarter cup of sliced mushrooms, and 6 eggs. Crack the eggs into a large bowl. Season with salt and pepper. Whisk to combine. Fry the mushrooms. In a pan, place the mushrooms, tomatoes and spinach. Roast the potatoes and add them to the pan. Now add the beaten eggs. Sprinkle the chopped thyme over the frittata mixture and add spoonfuls of clover creamonnaise. Stir gently. Bake at 200 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes. Fresh out of the oven, you've got a wholesome, filling breakfast that will definitely start any day the right way.
Made with love by Clover.
And there you have it, the keyword Clover to 33728. That looks delicious, Grace.
Oh, thank you.
That looks delicious. I've already had some oats, but you know what? I think I might have to go for breakfast
you
number
have
2.
to, and you have to take some with the cream mayonnaise in it because you just get a pop of wonderful flavour. It's
I can't
delicious.
wait, I can't wait. I promise when we upload a photo for you at home on our Facebook page, that's when I will dig it. But here's exciting news. Listen up, family. If you want to be part of breaking a Guinness World Record, now is your chance. You can join Clover Creamonese on the 3rd of March at Maponya Mall, that's in Soweto, where we're going to be attempting to break the Guinness World Record of the longest line of sandwiches, measuring a whopping 4 kilometers, topped, of course, with creamy Clover Creamonese. Now, you can join us this Saturday. You can come and say hello. Some of your favorite celebs will be there. Somizi, some Gaga, yes, he's going to be there. Ms. Cosmo, I'm going to be there as well. Many others as well. So let's put South Africa on the map, South Africa, with Clover Creamonese, the only mayonnaise with added cream.
Creamonese is the only mayonnaise with Clover cream. Made with love by Clover.
All right, again. Yes, it's time once again for the My School, My Village, My Planet quiz. Lady and gentleman, are you ready?
Yes. I'm ready. I'm excited. Sorry, I've been waiting the whole week to play this game.
You sounded like you hesitated there. Okay, so you know how this works. We challenge our guests and some of our presenters to play the quiz. And most of all, through this quiz, we want to show you how you can give back while you're shopping to the organizations and the schools that you most care about. And it's a very easy thing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Well, we're about to play. I'm pretending the song is still playing. All right. Okay, cool. So you know the rules, Alistair, but I'll explain them to you one more time. So there's 3 multiple choice questions. You have to wait until I've read out the question. In case of a multiple choice, you got to wait until I've given you all 3 options. If it's true or false, you can then go for the buzzer. Hey, wait, hold on with that buzzer. That's how you do it, okay? So a correct answer gets you 1 point. If you get the answer incorrectly, we'll pass it over to your opponent at the end of the 3 questions. The one with the most points will win 1,500 Rand loot.co.za gift voucher to donate to their favorite charity or school. Is it very clear to you?
It's very clear.
Excellent. Now, as the rule goes, hands behind your backs, please. Eyes front and center. Sure. Here we go. Question number 1. The topic of today is My School, My Village, My Planet app. We're talking about the app, so think app. First question. Do you need a card if you have the app? Is it A? No, hold on. A, yes. B, you need both. C, no. Oh, Alistair strikes first. What do you say? C. You say C? No? That is incorrect. Unfortunately, what do you say? B. You say B? You need both, and that is correct. Yes, and that's simply because, of course...
When in doubt, go for B.
And that's obviously because not all the stores accept the card or accept the virtual card. So yes, you do need the physical card. Here we go, question number 2. True or false? You can change your schools or charities on the My School, My Village, My Planet fundraising app. Oh, Zoe strikes first.
I'm gonna go with true.
You say true? Yes, it is true. That's 2 points for Zoe.
This is rigged, but go on.
Question number 3. Here we go. It reads as such. Which one of the following can you not do on the My School, My Village, My Planet card? Is it link your Woolworths card? B, find partner stores? C, shop on the app? So we're talking about the app, remember?
Okay, I know this.
Alistair, what are you doing? You're nowhere in the game. Zoe, what do you say?
So you can link your Woolworths card, you can find partners, but you can't shop on the app. I'm happy to share that point.
We'll share the points.
Yes.
You can see it's correct, so half a point for Alistair, 2.5 points for Zoe. Who's the victor of today's quiz? Give her a round of applause. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, Zoe, so you've now won yourself a 1,500 Rand loot.co.za gift card. Who are you donating it to?
I would love to donate it to the Sunflower Fund. I'm one of the ambassadors. They've been doing some incredible things and they've got great projects ahead for 2018. So my voucher is going to them.
Brilliant. And you were going to donate it to Tears, which is your chosen charity. Yes. Unfortunately, you had a loser, so you know how it works. Anyway, now you can win too. All you need to do is go on to our Expresso Facebook page and answer this very easy multiple choice question. How many schools or charities can you support? Is it A, 1, B, 3, or C, 2? Remember, in order to win, you have to be a My School card holder. If you're not one already, then you can download the free My School app today. The competition ends at midnight and T's and C's are available on expressoshow.com. We'll see you after the break.
When in doubt, go for B.
welcome back to your Wednesday morning as we close off your Feel Good Breakfast show, hanging out with Ernest Napoleon. Great to have had you here today.
Thank you so much.
You were great in the culinary hotline, by the way.
I was hungry.
Do you still stand by the fact that that rap was good?
I was hungry.
All right, cool. So we thought to end it off, we'd play a little fun game of Would You Rather. Have you ever played Would You Rather? We give you two options and you just choose the first one that comes up of mind, okay?
All right.
Okay. So here we go. Quickly. Would you rather live in Africa or in the United States?
In Africa.
Since you're a producer, actor, writer, if you could choose only one, which one would you choose?
Actor, maybe.
Actor, okay. Would you rather travel the world or explore your own country?
I'll travel the world.
Be invisible or have the ability to fly?
Fly.
Okay. Oh, is that you?
No, not yet.
No, I thought that was you, man.
No, it's me, and then I turn into that. And then we'll flow away.
I want to be invisible, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Hey.
Why?
The thing is, you would be able to
things
see.
you could witness in life.
What would you like to see that you can't see right now in your very visible state, Leanne?
You what?
What would you like to see that you are not able to see right now in your very visible state?
You know, Michael B. Jordan just hanging around, living life to the fullest. I just want to be there.
We'll let that fly. You let that fly. Anyway, listen, very quickly, you are also interested in getting young talent and putting them out there. If there are young South African actors out there, maybe some screenwriters, script writers that want to get in touch with you and say, hey, I want to do this, what do they do?
I mean, they can tag me at Going Bongo. I mean, especially if it's an actor with like a show reel, I think it's quite easy to get to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at the Black Panther premiere 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And funny you mentioned about Michael B. Jordan. It's just like, there's a lot of new talent that they introduced. And I think I'm very inspired by that, bringing the new talent to it. And those guys were terrific. They were even, off the record, better than the seasoned actors who were in that movie. The new talent in the Black Panther. I don't know if you've seen the movie before, but it was incredible how much those young new talents brought into that movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we hope that you inspire many, many more. So at Going Bongo, you can check him out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much for hanging out today.
Thanks, Ernest.
Much appreciated. Guys, what's going on tomorrow?
Well, we're going to take a look at red carpet fashion, especially ahead of the Oscars. So that's going to be pretty amazing.
Zana is here. Zumba. Yes. So you're probably doing some Zumba. Hello, Lucas.
What did you call him?
Nzanjane.
Nzanjane. Cannot wait.
I'm having heavy rotations today.
It's going to be amazing. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I was like, what is that?
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.